Hello, my beautiful planty people, and how are you doing today? I hope you're well. I am doing great. The weather doesn't know what it wants to do today. As you know, I always give you a little weather report in case you care. And so I thought it would be a good day to tackle a little project that I have had on the back burner forever. So I got this Wally Grow planter, and you guys know I like those white self-watering wall pots. I love them. I gush about them all the time. Those can always be found in my Amazon storefront because they're definitely a favorite. But I wanted to do kind of like this whole, so you can't see it, but the wall behind me up here, I kind of wanted to turn into this whole like green wall space. So I'm going to be using this Wally Grow self-watering planter, and I'm going to put 3 different types of trailing plants in here and just have this big, beautiful, like cascading. I have a vision. Okay. So that's what we're going to do today. These are so cool. I love the way they attach to the wall, and we're going to see how they work. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. For those of you who are new here, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Nikki. This is my channel, Plants, Pots, and Whatnots. And for my GFPs who keep coming back for more, my gluttons for punishment, I love you guys too, bitty bits. Thank you so much for all of your love and support all the time. Mwah. Okay, so without further ado, let's make a green wall. Okay, so these Wally Grow pots are really cool. I actually had to look up online to see how they worked. There was a couple of us that got an order. It's full of moss because I was making moss pools. It's a little dirty. Anyway, so they're really cool. So the inside of the pot looks like this. There's this little back portion. This thing does slide out, I'm sure for like ease of cleaning, but it just pops right. I think that's as far as it goes. Yep. So that pops right down in here, and this is your water reservoir. So when you go ahead and water your plant, you water right down into this little opening. And then obviously your plants will be potted in here. So such a neat little system. It has a bunch of air holes here in the top. And then there is holes, if you can see that. Hold on, it's trying to focus on my face. Look right here. There are holes right there for the water to seep through from the water reservoir into the soil. And it tells you, I thought it told you somewhere. I mean, it's obvious, but don't plant or put your soil above this line. Otherwise, you're going to end up with soil in the water reservoir, and nobody wants mud. So it's really, really handy. On the back here, there's this little lip. This is the piece that you actually will attach to your wall. So it sits like this on your wall. Well, let's say this is the wall. It will sit here on your wall. Can I do that? Can I hold it? We'll see. And then the back piece just slides like that. So it's really easy to take off if you want to, you know, change out the plants that are in there or whatever. Super, super handy and convenient. I love this. Already. I haven't started using it. This is absolutely not sponsored, by the way, but that'd be really cool. So Wally Grow, hey. Anyway, so this is a really cool system. It was really well thought out and well designed, and I would love to get more of these so that I can, you know, make this huge lush green wall. But we are going to start with this one. So first thing I need to do is get this little piece installed on the wall, but I need to figure out where I want to put it. So let's go check out the wall and figure out where this is going to go. I might have to rearrange some things. I'm going to have to rearrange some things. Let's go check it out. Okay, here is the wall that I'm talking about. So it's right beside my Mills bow here, kind of between my dining room and the living room. So this is the wall that I want to greenify. So I'm gonna have to move some stuff. I'll probably take these 2 down, those 2 signs or pictures or whatever you want to call them. And so this is a variegated lipstick plant. Those do require a decent amount of light, so that'll probably stay somewhere near that grow light. And then also I have this burro's tail here, which also does like a lot of light. You can see it's kind of pointing towards the light. So I'm gonna have to just like rearrange some things in here to make it work, but this is the space. I actually just rearranged a little bit of this. I put my Magnificum over here. It was sitting down here, but I think it was getting just a little bit too much light. And I wanted to break this spot up. There was a lot of really similar looking leaves and plants here, and I just kind of wanted something different in there, and I think she looks beautiful. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the wall. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this stuff down off the wall, and we will try to find a configuration that makes sense. Okay, so nobody's allowed to laugh at me. So I drew up a sketch of kind of like how I want the first part of it to look. And I think we'll get those set up and then we'll kind of fill the rest in later. Okay, so I drew this in about 3 minutes. So you're not allowed to judge my artistry or lack thereof. Okay, so this is my sketch. So here is my little, you know, the little shelf unit thing that I have there. There is my my syngonium. Here is my anthurium, and here is my squamiferum. See? You see it? Just smile and nod, okay? Anyway, so above here, this is my light. You can see I labeled it light. So then I think I want to put the Wally Grow right in the middle. And then on this side is going to be my burro's tail or my donkey's tail. And on this side, obviously, is my variegated lipstick plant. So this is the design, folks. This is what we're going for first. So it's gonna look much better than this, I hope. So first of all, we need to get this stuff off the wall. So let's do that. She could probably use a little bit of water. She's a little top heavy. I'm too short. I need a stool. Hold on. Whoa. I don't know if I've shown you guys this in a while. Come down here a little. Hi. So this is the Scindapsus Silver Splash that Paula gave me last year. Look how awesome it's looking. Is that not beautiful? Their leaves are just gorgeous. And it really likes the spot up there. It's been growing like really nice and quickly, but you can see that it's like growing over this way a little. So hopefully I can get that down underneath something so that it grows a little more straight. All right, so I really hate that cord hanging down there, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't really have another option for it at this point because of where the plug is and it really has to stretch. So ideally I'd like to take it over and down, but it's just not long enough. So we deal with what we've got. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is install this brace, or this bracket. So we have, they provide everything for you. So we have the little screw. We have the wall anchor, and then we have our little actual bracket piece. So I need to go get some tools. I need a hammer and a drill. I'll be right back. Okay. I got my handy dandy drill and I've got my drill bits. Now this is just a quick lesson in DIY so you don't have to like call somebody else to do this for you. These are actually really easy to put in and a lot of you may already know. So wall anchors are really important, especially for planter type situations that you're going to be like, that are going to hold a decent amount of soil and you're going to be watering, adding more weight. Unless you're drilling right into a stud, which I don't think I am there. It's just drywall. So you're going to want an anchor. Now, most anchors that you buy just in kits will actually have the size measurement right on. This one does not, because I think it probably came in the original packaging, which a friend of mine has. I do not. So basically I'm gonna kind of just play a little game of matchy-matchy and try to find a drill bit that is closest in size to this particular wall anchor. Hold on. Okay, so I just kind of take one of the drill bits and, you know, do like a size comparison. That one looks like it's probably too small. So let's go up a size. You don't want it too big. That's the key. So it's better to do it a little bit too small than too big. So if you do it too big, you can't make the holes smaller and this will just like either slide right in or slide right out. And you don't want that either. So this one actually looks like it may be a good size. So we're going to go ahead and use this one, which is the, oh boy, 3/16 of an inch drill bit. So we're just going to pop it in our handy dandy drill. And we're going to go ahead and drill our hole. Okay, let's re-angle you here. Okay. So I want it directly under. So it's not right at the top, it's probably right about there. Actually, I'm going to pull it down just a little. There, it looks good. That's on backwards. Now my plants are covered in drywall. Okay, there's our hole. Now I'm gonna have to clean leaves later. Okay, we're gonna take our anchor. I need a hammer, I forgot that. Okay, got my hammer. I'm going to put that there. Careful not to hammer your fingers. And just tap it. Ta-da! Easy peasy. Okay. Oh, hey. Wow. Whoa. It's a little too close and personal. If you could just back up a little, that'd be great. Thanks. All right. Now we just need to screw in the bracket. Okay. So I found the right size drill bit that fits in the screw that they gave us here. So we're just going to go ahead and pop it. Never got the hang of doing that. Okay, that's good. We're good. All right. And we're going to take our little wall bracket and I'll push it back up in there close so you can see. Close enough. Okay. Can you see? Probably can't see me, but that's fine. Woo! Gonna have to hold it just a little so it doesn't spin. There we go. Perfect. Right. Whoa! That's better. All right. So next order of business is to put the plants in the pot. That's the best part. That's the favorite part. Okay, so let me get these tools cleaned up and we will get some plants potted in the pot. You know what I mean? Okay, so I have chosen 3 plants that I think are gonna look nice together. So I have 2 philodendrons and 1 pothos. So the idea is, it's gonna look a little weird until it starts really filling in. But a while ago, I took these cuttings of my neon pothos and put them all in here. So we have this nice little bushy neon philodendron. And it hasn't been getting neon pothos, I'm sorry. So it hasn't been getting a ton of light where it is, but it's all rooted and it's doing really well. And I didn't lose any of the cuttings, so that was really cool. So that we're gonna put on one side. And then on the other side, we're gonna put, sorry. We have this neon philodendron. Now this is the one that's been in my bathroom that was actually like climbing up the wall. And I think this was the piece that was actually trailing. You can see it's much more flat. So if you look at the one side, you can tell it was flat up against the wall. And this guy had actually rooted itself to the wall and was just happily climbing all over my bathroom. I felt really bad for having to like take it off, but it needed some attention and it wasn't doing like the best in there. I mean, it was growing and everything. It also had thrips, which it does not any longer, thankfully. And so I thought I would just give her a better place to be. So we're going to put that on the other side. So we have neon pothos on one side, neon philodendron on the other. And then I thought it would look really cool for a little contrast, but to pull in the neon from either side and put a philodendron Brazil in the middle. I know what you're thinking. It's going to look lopsided because the neon pothos isn't very long, but it won't be that way forever. So we kind of have to visualize what it's going to look like, not so much what it does look like. I think the other thing that I'm going to do is probably take a few cuttings off of the end of the neon philodendron and the philodendron Brazil and kind of plant them back into the soil. So A, will take some length off, and B, it'll create like a fuller plant on top. That's the goal. So first thing I need to do is mix my soil because I have been out of soil forever and a day, and I finally got 2 huge bags. I don't have enough room. Okay. This probably looks familiar to you. I love using this little bucket as my soil bucket. Okay, this is a stand-upper. I'm gonna stand up for this. In case anybody's interested, this is my favorite soil to use. I've tried a lot of different soils, and for my base, I have not found one as good as this. So if you can get Fafford in your area, highly recommend. For those of you who are local, and if you're local to me, I think you know who you are. If you're in Ontario, around the GTA, I know that Vandermeer carries it. That's where I get mine. And I think some of the other smaller nurseries are carrying this as well now. So let's pour some of that in there. This stuff does have a nice mix of perlite in it already. But personally, I always like to add more. Oh, goodness. Whew. Okay. What was I saying? Perlite, yes. I always like to add more. So it's actually not too bad. And if I was not as picky as I am, I could use this, and especially for these plants, this would be fine. But I'd like to add a little bit more airiness. If I was making an aroid or a Hoya mix or something like that, I would put a lot more amendments in here. But for these particular varieties of plants, this will be sufficient. So I'm just going to put a little bit more perlite in there. Stand back. Woo! So I buy my perlite on Amazon, and it comes in a big 20-liter bag. And usually the bag comes completely intact, but this time it kind of didn't. And so instead of getting a bag of perlite, I got a box with a bag inside, and then half of the perlite was actually in the box and half of it was in the bag. So I just kind of like decanted it into little Ziploc bags. Okay. There we go. So that's a perfect soil mix for plants like these. It will be absolutely fine in there. So let's take our, let me re-angle you there. There we go. All right, so like I said, we're gonna fill this portion and we are not going to come over the top because again, we don't want water. No, we don't want soil in our water because then we'll have mud. Look, you go over there for a minute, okay? Now I'm not going to fill this entirely up because there is soil in these guys, although most of that soil will be going in the garbage because those plants have been in those soil mixes for quite some time and they need a refresher anywho. No, I got a little soil in the water reservoir. It's okay. So this will pack down when we water it anyway. So that's about all I'm going to put in there for now. So let me show you. See how far up that comes there? All right. So I'm going to start on this side and we're going to work that way. So I need my oil pan slash repotting tray. Okay. So let's do this guy first. We'll put him on this side. So all of the soil that I don't use any longer, I never throw in the actual garbage. Well, that's not true. If it's had pests or anything, it goes in the garbage. But most of the soil, the older soil, just goes outside to be used in my outdoor garden. Okay, so I'm gonna, whoop, don't lose it. Just gonna break the bottom down a little bit so that it fits in there nicely. Let's see. Now I got dirt all over him. Good Lord, Nicki, get together. Okay. Well, I could probably put a little bit more soil under him. Okay, there we go. He's all nice and cozy there. And we'll go back in after and just kind of top up soil around the outside and clean them off. All right, there's one. Now we wanted the Brazil in the middle. Oh, ooh, he's a long boy. Oh my goodness, guys. Oops. Well, he's got roots. Now, the problem with this is that those roots are going to be impossible to pull through the bottom of this pot. Get up here. It's wound around my camera and everything. Okay. So this is going to be impossible to pull through the bottom of the pot without severely damaging the roots. So I'm going to have to actually cut these roots, which I'm a little upset by, but I don't really have a choice, you know? So let's cut them down where they start to tangle. So right about there. Oh, this hurts my soul. Look at all that lovely root. Sorry. But hopefully now we can pull this out and it won't be an issue. In theory. Just give it a little squeeze. And gently pull those roots through the bottom of the pot. There's one. And there's two. Easy peasy. All right. Now because this one was in a smaller pot. Oh! Oh, it's good times. It's good times. Okay, I'm gonna need to build that soil up a little around that one. There we go. Okay, we'll deal with you later. Out of the soil. Oh, I didn't even get the root down in there. Get in there, lady. Alright. Okay. I'm sure you guys will do this so that it looks a lot easier than I am. Because I'm making it look like it's real difficult and it's not. There. Alright, let's take this big guy. This one has been in this pot for a very long time. Very long time. So I'm going to take this and just kind of stick it down around the edge just to loosen up the edges of the pot or the edges of the soil. You know what I mean. There we go. Whew, she's been in there for a couple of years. I think since I got this plant, actually. Alright. Oh, she's gonna need a bath. Alright, go ahead and pop that right down in there. Let's get rid of that. Oh, I almost cut it off. Alright, I got my water. Now there is some holes on the front here, so it remains to be seen whether water is going to seep out of here or not. Now, technically this is not how you're supposed to water it, but I want everything seated down in here properly. So going forward, because it's self-watering, I won't be pouring water directly in here. It will go in the back, therefore it won't seep out the front. But, this is a... Did that just come out the front already? Sure did. Okay, you know what? I'm going to set it. I'm going to get rid of this because I did have a plant that had thrips previous and I don't want to test anything. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the garbage and we'll set that in here and then water it. Probably better. Okay. Let's be smart about this, Nikki. There we go. Alright. Now I can water until my heart's content and I don't have to worry about making a mess. Alright, I'm going to give that a minute just to kind of work its way through, let any water that's going to drip out, clean up the pot, and then we'll go get it hung up. Okay, so I think everything finished dripping, so I just took her over to the sink and kind of rinsed the leaves off a little bit because there was some like residual dirt, etc. As I'm sure you saw from when I repotted. So I'm going to grab my stool here and we're going to hang her up and then we'll get her all fluffed out looking fabulous. And I will tell you, this pot is quite heavy, so it's a really good thing that we're using that wall anchor, because I have a feeling she wouldn't stay on the wall without it. There we go. Woo! Really wish that wasn't there. I wonder if we can. Don't know where that came from. We'll propagate that later. There we go. What do you think? How's she look? I think that looks all right for now. Once it starts to fill in, obviously it will look much better. But for now, I think that looks okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the two on the other side back as per my drawing. My extremely technical drawing. Now these ones I just put up with push pins. I don't actually leave water in the reservoir. So I'm not worried about putting them up with just a push pin. This wasn't smart. One thing at a time, dum-dum. One's gonna go right there. Oh. There we go. Perfect. I have to move this guy. Does anybody else measure like that? I think that's where it should go. Let's see if I'm right. So I want to show you something really cool while I have this down. So because this has been closer under grow light, these variegated lipstick plants will actually sun stress. Check that out. Isn't that pretty? See the reddish? That's nice. That's cool. All right. Yes, Nicki, fancy, lovely, wonderful. Now, are they even? Can you tell from there? I think they look pretty good, actually. Not too shabby. Okay. Now the only part here now is that, no, where's my finger? Where is it? Right here. This is my string of hearts. And now it's getting kind of shadowed out. So I think I might actually take that picture down because that's not going to stay there when I redo that room anyway. So I think I'll take that picture down and move that string of hearts up. Oh, you know what? She could use some water while I've got her off the wall here. Oh, you're all tangled now. Cool. All right, let's water her first. Okay, she's all watered. I think this might be better for her anyways, because she was dangling down on the floor and getting all messy. I think she needs to go right. There we go. All right, there she is. And then I've still got that little one. But if I put it over here, it's not going to get any light. That is really starting to look green wall-esque, isn't it? I feel like this is lopsided. I feel like I need something right here. What if I put that little one right there? Let's try it. Yes? Oh, maybe a little too far up, actually. There we go. So now hopefully it will grow more towards that way and we'll fill in a little. That's definitely a green wall. All right, let me take you off the tripod and I'll get you a better look. Okay, you ready? I think that's looking pretty all right. It looks much messier and not quite as put together on camera, actually, which is weird. It looks much better in person. I will tell you. But it's all gonna grow and fill in, and it's gonna be this beautiful green beautifulness. Don't ask. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. I like that. So I'm just gonna put some of the decoration sort of stuff back up. So this I think is gonna go here. This is just a little like macrame leaf that I did. Don't make me reach for you. Oh, he should have been taller. Now I need my stool again. There we go. So that one can hang right there. And then this cute little plant sign. I think would be like a really cute right here. I need to do this one right. Perfect. All right. I like it. I like it. So what'd you think? I really like how it turned out. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to it like filling in and becoming this beautiful big full green wall, and I'll keep you guys in the loop how it's looking and stuff like that. Especially on Instagram is usually where I post more of those updates on a regular basis, so make sure that you're following me over there. Here is my Instagram handle. It's plants, pots, and whatnots. And go over and follow me over there. I post all kinds of fun things. I post polls about content, plant updates, random thoughts that I'm thinking, anything exciting that I find that I want to share with you guys. It's all over there. So make sure that you're following me on Instagram. And I will go ahead and wrap up this video. It is nice to be back at 2 videos a week. I will see you on Friday. Thank you so much for liking and watching and commenting and subscribing. If you're not subscribed already, please consider doing so. It is a huge help for my channel and I really do appreciate it. I want you all to have an amazing and wonderful day, night, week, month, and year. I love you all to bitty bits and I will see you in the next video. Mwah!